Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Destiny's Princess, a war story, a love story, on the third episode of Nobunaga's Route, called Rockshot. And man, is he ever a character. But Saya cannot deny his animal magnetism right from the start. So that's kind of promising. But we know that he's not falling for any of this. We know that he knows he's not my father. We know he knows what's going on somehow. But, for some reason, he doesn't want to dispel the misunderstanding. He likes teasing us, apparently. Last episode, he told us to take a bow with us. We seem to be going hunting or something. Let's see how that turns out. You can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story. You want to go on an excursion at a time like this? It looks like we're already out there. I sighed while riding a horse, while Nobunaga roared in laughter.
Battles were already taking place all across this world.
That isn't what I meant. What do you plan on doing if we come across a demon? Kill it? For the most part, his wound hadn't fully healed yet. He was so impulsive.
I brought someone along just in case that happens.
Nobunaga pointed toward his nervous-looking vassals, who were on alert. You put the vassals to work just for this little excursion?
Saya, it will do you good to remember this.
Nobunaga smirked.
If you worry about the vassals' hardships too much, you'll lose sight of what's important.
What's important? You? This outing is more important? He didn't answer me. He just smiled and lightly kicked the horse's belly. The horse sprinted off with vigor. Father!
Follow me.
I think we've made that mistake a few too many times. It's like, if he didn't know in the first place, probably after the first day after we called him Nobu instead of father like 10 times, he probably figured it out. He's so troublesome. The vassals quickly followed him. Sometime after making the horse run, my field of vision widened. We were on a small hill surrounded by trees. One part was a cliff. Beyond it we could see the castle town in ruins. Nobunaga got off his horse and gazed down at the town.
This is indeed a good view.
A good view? You mean of that ruined village? I couldn't hide my discomfort and scowled, but Nobunaga didn't seem to care.
You don't understand the amusement in building a brand new castle town?
For a moment, Nobunaga looked down at the region around the castle. His voice echoed through it.
All right, bring out our lunch.
The vassals unfolded a carpet and laid boxes of food on top of it. I was puzzled at how abruptly the lunch was brought out. I have no idea what's going on inside of that head of yours.
Do we need a reason to go on an excursion and have a picnic?
No, but we have reasons not to. He calmly raised his sake cup. I told you in the beginning, I was uncertain why you wanted to go out on an excursion.
Oh, my daughter's so verbose. I wonder who she takes after.
Father! Nobunaga lay down on the carpet.
Don't complain after coming out here. We came all the way to this place. Let's take in the sights.
The vassals didn't understand. I was the first one to notice his unnatural word usage. Father, could it be you? Nobunaga looked amused and looked up at me from my side.
Or are you sure it's okay to ask that in front of other people?
Nobunaga chuckled and pointed out toward the mountains past the castle town.
I think you know this, but recently my memory has been a little hazy. I need to ask you something.
Are you sure it's okay of you to ask me this in front of the vassals? Okay. What is it?
Are the Takeda or Uesugi here?
Takeda and Uesugi?
The Takeda household from the Kai and the Uesugi household from Echigo.
I thought about the leaders of the neighboring countries and the daimyos that governed them. No, they aren't here. I don't know about those countries either.
Maybe I've traveled in time, or perhaps this is a completely different world.
Father! I tilted my head, and Nobunaga laughed.
It's nothing, worry not. More importantly, where are the shogunate? Is there an emperor? If there is, what's his name?
Nobunaga asked a wide range of questions. It felt like he was testing my knowledge. I was completely tired after answering his questions one after another.
You trade with the other nations, right? What happened to Christians?
Well, wait a minute. I can't keep going like this.
What? You already throwing in the towel? You disappoint me.
Call me what you will. I sighed and tilted my head. Why do you want to know so much about foreign people? Our hands are full with the demons.
In this place we are.
Nobunaga poked his forehead.
They poured in, but they haven't taken root.
He must have been talking about the fake memories. I wanted to ask, but not in front of the vassals. We need to be alone. But I'm afraid to be alone with him. Well, I'm not, but Saya is. But come on, Saya, you know you want him.
Hanbei and the others are suspicious, but they don't seem to think it's possible.
Nobunaga stretched out his arm and pulled up some grass.
It's the same with plants. Without roots, they can't survive. Plants are weak if they don't spread their roots. To foster knowledge into a big tree, they need to take root.
Is that why you asked me those questions? But how are those things and the demons related? Nobunaga took his cup and smiled. He gazed at the mountains. It was like he could see past them.
This world is vast. It's the same here as it is over there.
Without a doubt, he understood that he was taken from his world and brought here. What in the world?
Is it strange that I figured it out?
I nodded, and Nobunaga unexpectedly opened his mouth slightly.
This is the second time.
Second time? What do you mean? What? There's a demon! The vassals shouted in dismay and cut me off. From behind the trees, 3 demons appeared. The demons slowly stepped out. It was like a nightmare had begun in this peaceful sunlight. For a moment, I looked at them in a daze. I then grabbed my bow and yelled, "Protect father!" I shouted it instantaneously. The vassals took out their swords and pursued the demons. I fixed an arrow to the bow and took aim at the demons. I missed! The arrow went and grazed the demon's ear and flew past him. Ugh! One of the vassals was struck by the demon's claw. Blood splashed as he was sent flying. I was shaking as I readied my second arrow. My shot this time was even worse than the first. It was at least a foot off and disappeared behind the cliffs. I looked over to see how Nobunaga was doing, and I readied my third arrow. He's probably enjoying himself just watching us be... Wait a minute, he let that guy get killed. You jerk. What are you doing? Nobunaga was calmly sprawled out on the carpet as he continued to sip his alcohol. What are you doing getting comfortable at a time like this? Hurry and escape!
I consider this an opportunity.
Nobunaga suddenly pulled me toward him, and I fell on my bottom. What are you doing?
Did you think you were good at using the bow and arrow just now?
Nobunaga chuckled.
From the looks of it, you couldn't even graze the demons. I expected too much of you.
I'll stick up for myself. I flared up and blood rushed to my head. I grazed them a little bit.
Are you sure? At any rate, if you can't take one down, there's absolutely no meaning in trying. If you're going to do something useless, at least have the courtesy to pour me some alcohol.
How are we sitting here talking with these demons coming closer to us? I was so aggravated, I wanted to slap him. I raised my arm and intended to do so, but Nobunaga seized my arm.
Whoa there.
Look at that smile on his face. That's the first time I've seen him smile like that. He took the opportunity to hug my hips. Aren't we sitting on the ground? How did he do that? What are...
Calm down. Take a gander.
Nobunaga pointed toward the vassals fighting.
Do you think they're going to lose?
After he said that, I realized for the first time that the vassals were winning. One of the demons was already on the ground. Now, 5 of the vassals were taking on the 2 demons. Only one vassal was thrown back, and he was moaning on the floor. The other 5 were fine.
As you can see, the demons have a little wit. Their skin is thick, but they have vital points. The vassals, on the other hand, are used to the demons. They have confidence after being in the army. If they're confident, they'll stay calm. If they're calm, they can concentrate.
Unlike me, apparently. Surround it. Go to the right.
Aim for its ankle.
The vassals communicated as they tried to take down the demon. The demon didn't seem to understand human speech, which was why they could fight like that. I realized that once again.
Individually, the demons aren't as mighty.
It was intriguing. There were things I could learn by sitting here and watching them.
As long as you can crush their heads, the demons are no different than insects.
Nobunaga let me go and slowly stood up. I wonder who got themselves injured fighting one of those insects.
You got me there. I can't say anything about that.
Nobunaga put his hands on his hips and laughed contentedly.
There are some things you can't see when you do them directly, right?
Yes. I nodded, and Nobunaga looked at me with a satisfied smile on his face. For some reason, I couldn't take his gaze and averted my eyes. Oh, we lost that staring contest. He might not be as scary as I initially thought. I didn't understand. I thought it was strange. No matter how sassy I was to him, he smiled at me like this. But I'm not sure I approve of you drinking while the vassals protect you.
You're so timid.
Nobunaga snorted.
Their job is to fight. They are here to protect their master and their country. In return, we govern the country. We are to unify and lead them. Is that not so?
You may be right.
Don't worry about the vassals' feelings. If you do, you'll miss what's really important. Always look at your surroundings and keep your composure. Think about what those at the top should have.
This time, I couldn't take my eyes off him as he spoke at my side. While he was talking, the battle was finishing up. The second demon did a somersault as he fell on the floor.
This is the last one! Great! Stop!
The vassals were about to take on the demon, but Nobunaga held them back.
My lord?
Nobunaga turned around.
Try shooting it.
At that moment, my body became tense.
Try shooting him.
Yes, father. Alright, so be calm, take aim, stay level-headed, don't panic. Yes, father. He was trying to test me. I had to respond to his whims.
My lord, you don't need to trouble the princess. We can... Stand down. Leave it to her to take the demon out.
But... While they spoke, the demon became angrier. It rushed toward the vassals.
I won't say it again. Obey my orders.
Nobunaga spoke quietly. Oops, I didn't speak quietly. He didn't raise his voice at all. He was very composed. Nevertheless, I got goosebumps just watching how ambitious he was.
Yes, my lord.
The vassals' faces became stiff as they bowed their heads. How are they even having time to bow their heads with the demon fighting them?
Everyone retreat! Distance yourselves from the demon.
Nobunaga put his hand on my shoulder.
Shoot it down. That monster that brought misfortune to your nation.
His voice was so powerful and hard to resist as he whispered in my ear. It was like his voice was controlling me. I readied an arrow on my bow. While the demon roared, it aimlessly walked over toward us. It opened its mouth wide and let out its tongue. Its arms dangled and swayed as it came closer. The vassals were injured all over from the fight. They couldn't fight anymore. Man, this story is so inconsistent. Weren't they just fine a second ago? The wind drifted my way as it carried the scent of blood. Where should I aim? Even the vassal's blades couldn't finish it off in one blow. I was sure it had tough skin. The eyes, woman, the eyes! My bow wasn't very strong. If I wanted to take it down, I needed to aim for a soft spot. That's right, all animals have soft spots. Their eyes, nose, and mouth. The easiest place for me to aim was its big mouth. How strange. I'm calm. And I was using my head. I calmed my breathing and took short breaths. I fired my arrow at the demon that was closing in. As the arrow was launched off the bow, it went inside the demon's mouth.
Go.
For a moment, the demon's eyes widened, after it let out a strange voice. It quickly fell face up. After I fired the arrow, I stood there and couldn't say a word.
Great job taking it out.
Thanks, Dad. I was surprised by Nobunaga's loud voice. The bow fell from my hands. Before I knew it, I cruelly stepped on our lunch. I didn't do it on purpose, I don't think. The bow fell on top of it. A moment ago I was using it and it took down the demon. I was sure it was weakened. It had fought the vassals prior. Still, I was the one who dealt the finishing blow. Shivers didn't run up and down my body until just now. It felt like I'd done something terrifying. You should feel empowered. I feel good. I took down a demon all by myself. Well, kinda. I fell down onto the carpet, but Nobunaga pulled my arm up. Nobunaga wrapped himself around me from behind. Oh, how romantic. He coached me in taking down a demon. He put his chin on my shoulder and whispered,
Princess, a little while ago, you told me there was a neighboring country. Beyond those mountains is the ocean, and beyond that is a foreign country.
Yes.
How about it? Don't you crave to control all of them?
Huh? Before I knew it, Nobunaga's hand came in front of me. He lightly placed it below my chest. He pushed his lips onto my neck and continued as he laughed. Are the vassals seeing this?
Today, I offer you the country of the rising sun. No, I'll cross the sea and offer you even more.
I felt dizzy from the top of my head. My face was red, and my legs lost all strength. I was about to fall down again. With the vibrations from the long sigh on my neck, strange breath spilled out of my lips. I just wanted to protect my nation. He wanted to control not only the land of the rising sun, but other countries as well. I never even thought about those things. Nobunaga let out a sigh and chuckled. He let go of me.
It's more important to put out the fire that's surrounding your feet first.
He suddenly fired off a sharp yell.
Back to the castle.
He finished his words quickly and rode his horse. Soon after, he whipped it.
My lord! What a man! He's like a completely different person.
One of the vassals frowned.
The princess needs an escort.
It's fine. More importantly, you need to treat those wounds. 2 men should follow my father and protect him. After you reach the castle, bring a board to carry the injured and people to help.
Yes, Your Highness.
They started moving according to my orders.
Ugh. Your injury is shallow. Stay calm and hang in there.
I checked to make sure the vassals weren't injured too seriously and let out a sigh. I then watched as the other men followed Nobunaga into the forest. I swear, who does he think he is?
The Lord?
Unexpectedly, I never thought I was scared, but that man was frightening. He was like a flame that could explode at any moment. I might have brought a terrible person to this world. Not me, the dagger. However, I felt good about one thing. He understands that I'm not his real daughter. I felt different from when I thought he tried to court me in spite of being his daughter. Thank goodness. I mumbled that inside my head. I was truly thankful. Yeah. Well, thank goodness that we have definitely come to an understanding about that, at least. Let's hope Yukimura is as astute and won't actually think that he's our brother while we're courting. Take after your fake father, Yukimura. Oh god, that was so sexy though. Him breathing on my neck and stuff. But seriously, did the vassal see that? He shouldn't be doing that in public. Oh, Nobunaga, you have no care in the world, do you? Well, I hope to see you in my future videos, and I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye-bye, everybody.